Reach for Scooby-Doo weekdays at 4.
Outdoor Highlights is brought to you by premium quality DuPont Stren fishing line. Great fishing starts with Stren. By Muscal Insect Repellent. The original Canadian formula is now available throughout the U.S. By Grumman Boats, makers of the Ultra Fisherman line of fishing and family fun boats. And by Shakespeare. America goes fishing with Shakespeare.
Sled dog racing is a test of endurance for both driver and animal. It is tough and action-filled. Sled dogs can run on snow at better than 18 miles per hour over a 20-mile course. This is Ken Crayton, and on this week's Outdoor Highlights, we'll visit the Elpo International Sled Dog Championships in Saranac Lake, New York, and enjoy both the competition and the fun that surrounds this exciting sport. This little green bottle has some kind of reputation. Something so good, folks were practically smuggling it in from Canada a few years ago. What is it? Muscal Insect Repellent. The original Canadian formula stops them all. Mosquitoes, chiggers, ticks, biting flies for up to 10 hours. It works because it's 100% DEET, the strongest repellent you can get. Muscal has a reputation that's in a class by itself, so get Muscal where you buy your hunting and fishing gear. Muscal, no bugs, no bites.
Great fishing starts long before the first cast. Fill your reel with DuPont Stren, the fishing line with the amazing balanced performance. To make the most of your performance, Stren, it's strong, easy handling, smooth casting. And only Stren lets you choose the line visibility you need. You want an edge, you got it. Stren. Great fishing starts with Stren.
There appears to be some confusion about what the complete angler is. Equipment and supplies are important, but we don't want to overload you. Our friendly staff will fill your fishing needs without breaking your budget. And at the same time, you'll get current weather and fishing information, reel repair if necessary, and fresh line at a penny a yard. With the largest inventory of repair parts, rods, reels, bait, and lures, we think you'll be in fish heaven at the Complete Angler, your one-stop tackle shop.
You know, before I got MCI, I was skeptical about two things. Could I call anywhere in the country? And I wondered, given my questioning nature, how well their service worked. Well, I can call any other state from coast to coast, and MCI works. I don't know precisely how it works, but it works beautifully.
Call MCI. Join Merv Griffin and millions of others saving up to 30, 40, even 50% on long distance.
You're attached to this line, which is long enough to allow free movement, but short enough to prevent the dogs from getting tangled with one another. The average sled is about 8 feet long and weighs less than 40 pounds. It is built from white ash, hickory, or birch, and is lashed together with rawhide or nylon at the joints to ensure flexibility. The sled dog is intelligent, eager to run, tough, but well-tempered. He is lean, averaging 23 inches high at the shoulders, and rarely weighs more than 55 pounds. His assets include a special undercoat, better circulation in his limbs, short prick ears to guard against frostbite, and a warm nose warming the air to protect his lungs. Although the history of man and sled dogs go back to prehistoric times, the sled dog first gained popular attention in 1873 when the Royal Canadian Mounted Police began sled dog patrols to bring order to the northern Canadian frontier. Sled dog teams also enabled explorers like Commanders Byrd and Perry to explore the polar ice cap. The first formal competition was the All-Alaska Sweepstakes in 1908. Since then, racing has grown in popularity and has spread throughout North America.
3, 2, 1, go driver! Team number 34.
The first competition of the day was the 7-dog race. The teams start from a fenced-off section of the trail called a chute. This ensures a clean start and finish. Surprisingly, the word mush is rarely used to start the dogs, as they are usually very eager to go. There is much eye contact between the driver and his team. The dogs respond to the driver's slightest signal. The lead dog is trained to obey the word commands of G and Ha to turn the team right and left. Each competition is a timed event. Teams are not competing against each other, but against the clock. The lowest elapsed time for 3 heats in each class will determine the order of finish. The 7-dog race is the most popular among entrants, as drivers can experience the thrill of speed and endurance of a large team without the expense necessary to maintain a larger unlimited class team. One of the competitors I talked with during the championship was Garth Waldridge and his wife Nicole. They explained their feelings about the competition.
Well, this is my 7th winter now, but the first couple of years I had dogs. I lived in southern Canada, so I was able to go to some small races. And then I spent a couple of years in the high Arctic, so I had dogs there, but just a half a dozen dogs that I ran, and of course no racing at all. And now the last couple of years I've been in Yellowknife, and in Yellowknife there's a fair bit of racing, so last winter, now this winter, I've been a little bit more serious about it.
Nicole, what do you think about this racing and all the traveling?
Oh, we learned a lot about dogs and about racing, and it's a good experience here. We really like it.
You sound like you're from maybe Quebec.
Yeah, I'm from Quebec. And I went up north first to learn English, and I met the dogs and guys, up north in Manitoba, and we moved there to Yellowknife.
Now, was there a specific reason for you moving up to Yellowknife?
Well, ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to live in the north and run dogs. And so I managed to get myself into a type of work where I could get up north. And then at that point, it was a matter of having experienced that. I wanted to get into a place where I could continue to race dogs, but, in an environment that I could still like living in. And Yellowknife kind of suits all that. It's a small city. There's 10,000 people. It's the capital of Northwest Territories. So it's big enough that it has all the anemones you'd want, but it's far enough north that there's a lot of dogs and dog racing.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the dogs. What kind of dogs are you running?
I run a little bit of everything. What's known as an Alaskan Husky, basically, which is a crossbred, very high-quality racing dog. I haven't been doing much breeding yet because, like I say, it's just the last couple of years I've been serious. So I've been buying dogs and buying good breeding stock. I hope good breeding stock.
How many dogs do you have, Garth?
We own a total of about 35 dogs. That includes a lot of young pups at home. We've got 14 adults here in the truck with us on this trip.
In addition to the racing competitions, we watched an exciting event called the weight pull. Here, a single dog combines his strength and skill in pulling a sled with a considerable amount of weight a very short distance.
1,289 pounds! 1,289 pounds!
As the dog lunges forward, he puts his head down and digs in his feet to pull the heavy loaded sled. Spectators urge each dog on as the excitement grows. Pound for pound, these dogs are probably the strongest in the world, and yet for all their power, they are extremely gentle animals. Weight pulling really began as an event to keep spectators interested while the big teams were out on the trail, but it is now becoming one of the competition's most popular events.
1,370 pounds. All 3 dogs are still in the competition. 1,370 pounds. Remember, when he starts pulling, please widen this area a little bit. Thank you.
Hack rackers. Oh my God. Hack rackers.
Wait, come on!
Will all the one-dog drivers please get your teams ready and up to the starting line?
After the weight pull, I talked with Doug McRae, the first place winner of the 7-dog sled race. He told me his winning strategy and how he used it against his close competition.
I waited. I didn't want to go out first. Neither did Ace. I knew Real had a good team. He's going to be the top competitor at this race. I had to let him go first, so I had a hot trail going out of the chute. I wanted my dogs to see him go out, and to get the idea that there's a team ahead of them.
Now, what do you mean by a hot trail?
A trail that there's already been the scent of a dog team running over, and the dogs in the chute. The third day, it's tough on dogs. The distance. The dogs want to chase a team going out ahead, and when they seen Raul go out, then they knew that there was a team in front of them.
Right, now, what is the distance?
It's 11.7 miles, and it's a tough race. So a very tough distance.
Now, there's both stamina required not only by the dogs, but also by the driver.
That is right. That's correct.
You're doing a lot of pumping, aren't you?
Constantly. Yeah, every day.
Now, Doug, how old are you?
I'm 18.
How long have you been racing?
6 years.
Since you were 12 years old.
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
We bought a Siberian Husky one time, and we got the idea of hooking it up to a sled. We tried with our toboggan first, and we slowly decided that, well, with more dogs we could go farther and go faster. And it just kind of grew into starting to buy dogs and then starting to race.
Now, this is your lead dog you got a hold of here.
Yeah.
Is it female?
No, male.
Male? And what's his name? Thumper? Well, he did a good job, didn't he?
He sure did. All 3 days he was in lead. He was the main leader.
Lake Ontario offers some of the most spectacular trout and salmon fishing in the country. Make that dream fishing trip come true. 10 to 15-pound brown trout, 20 to 40-pound king salmon, or 10 to 15-pound rainbow and steelhead trout. Year-round bookings available with experienced guides. Low economical rates for parties up to 6. For full details, write Fishing Service, Greg Street, Sodas Point, New York, 14555.
There's a new species of monofilament with the limpness to cast for bass, the knot strength to land a striper, the abrasion resistance to master a muskie, and the tensile strength to wear down a tarpon. It's new Sigma Mono from Shakespeare, the only line you need to catch any fish that swims. We think it's the best all-around monofilament ever invented. But don't take our word for it. Just ask the fish. Sigma Mono from Shakespeare. It's a whole new species.
The Grumman Eagle. Lighter, faster, stronger than any plastic canoe, this 17-footer is perfect for just having fun. And you can sail it, row it, and motor it, too. Priced to meet the competition, the Eagle's built to beat the competition. Its tough aluminum hide has a lifetime warranty against hull puncture. So buy the Grumman Eagle. It's long on life, but short on price.
When I say $39 today, folks, you know what I mean. And if you don't, I'll just tell you. $39 means a down payment on a car, and it's right here at Bianchi Lincoln Mercury. Now, you take this car right here. It's a 1977 Mercury Grand Marquis, and it's only $32.95. You want to finance? That's okay, too. $39 down, $111.25 a month. So let's pick up that phone and give us a call. We'll see you right here, 868-4611.
Keep going, Jim. You're even.
He's 46 seconds.
The unlimited class race is a true test of the sled dog working as a team. In this competition, a maximum of 14 or 16 dogs can be used. Trail distances vary from a minimum of 12 miles to as much as 25 to 30 miles. Here, the dog must use all his endurance and power to pull the sled. The Unlimited Sprinter is the strongest and fastest of all the sled dogs. This dog can hold that claim against any other land animal, including man. There is no other competitor who can maintain the speeds over the required distances. Not only race after race, but weekend after weekend. The champion team will average speeds of over 20 miles per hour.
That's it. Good girl. That's good. Good boy. Good.
The sled is an integral part of racing. 7-dog race winner Doug McRae explains about the makeup of the sled and some of the different working parts required for both dogs and drivers. Now, is there a difference between the sleds that some of the mushers are running?
There's a lot of difference. There's so many people that make different sleds that you can't even name them all.
Apparently, this must be your favorite type. It works out well.
It's one of the greatest. I like it.
Can you explain a little bit about the sled, the makeup of it?
All right. Well, this, as I said, was a snow hook. This is made for stopping the dogs. And after you stop, this is the brake right here. You use this for stopping or slowing down. And then after you stop, then you put the snow hook in and jam it in. And so it stops the team like that.
All right, this has actually got a little metal hook on it.
Right.
It goes right into the snow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then up here, this is the bungee. And this
bungee?
Right. This is the bungee cord. As you see, it's black. It gives the dog a chance, it gives a smooth pull to the sled. So when I do pedal, I'm not jerking the dog. When the dogs pull, the sled is still in the same place and it's keeping the lines tight. This way, the dogs get an even pull. They aren't getting jerked. A dog can't keep its motion going, and then all you jerk it, and then its motion scooped up. You've got to keep that rhythm going the whole race.
So there must be a talent, say, to your pumping.
There is. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice.
Now I noticed you were running with sneaks. Is there a difference between sneaks and other type of footwear?
The weight of your foot. I can pump a lot farther and a lot longer with a pair of tennies on than I can with, say, these Sora boots.
Now this sled is not really made for riding, say.
Correct.
It's strictly a racing sled.
Right. It weighs 19 pounds.
Very light. Now, what do you use on the runners?
Okay, I use P-Tack. It's a ski plastic, and it's made for it's high density, high speed. It's made for very cold snow and very, it's the less friction on it. It doesn't melt the snow as it goes over. See, water has what's called elasticity, and that means it sticks together, and you have a pull. So what you have on this thing has the less friction, so friction causes heat, and that would melt the snow, and that would form elasticity with the wet snow or the water.
I was very impressed by the dog teams and drivers competing throughout the championships, but for pure fun, the kid and mutt competition can't be beat. This race pits a kid and his dog against a short course with an easy view of the spectators. Almost anything can happen, and usually does, but a good time is had by all, even if some help is needed along the way.
Hold on the sled, John.
John, you're doing fine.
You gonna make it, John?
Get him.
Come on, Tony.
Go, 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 go.
Hi, Tony. Good job.
Hi, Tony.
Later in the day, I talked with Denise Fuller, who with her husband were at the races from the state of Maine. She talked about some other uses of the sled dog.
Yes, we do. We're more interested in freighting. We use our dogs for overnight camping trips in the woods. We're from Maine, and we live in an area where we can go from the dooryard to endless wilderness just about. And we have a tent, a winter camping tent and all the gear. We pack the tent, the wood stove that goes in the tent, the camping gear, the food.
You pack it all on a sled?
Yeah, we do. And it's fun. Once in a while, some of the more long-distance type teams in the east will get together and they'll go off together on a little trip like that. Another use that we put our dogs to is our firewood. We haul wood out of our forest for the firewood, and the dogs pull it out. We cut it into stove-sized pieces, load the sled, and out they go. It works great with the big, heavy Malamute.
So you've got a couple of uses then for your dogs and also for your freighter sleds.
Sure. This spring they're going to be hauling maple sap out of the woods, too.
So you're going to go into the maple syrup business,
We have a
right?
small grove, and last year it was easy for a person to haul it. This year we're going to double the number of taps on the trees, and double the amount of sap we'll be hauling, so we'll need their help. It'll work out great, I'm sure.
Well, Denise, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's just terrific. Find a whole brand new use for the dogs and for the sleds.
Well, it's an old use. This is what they were meant for. The Malamutes are old-time working dogs, hauling type dogs, you know, and this is what they were for, and we're very happy to be able to continue the tradition.
Team number 110 to the staging area. Team number 110 to the staging area. Team number 110 to the starting line, please.
The 5-dog class was the last competition of the day. In this event, a team can vary from 3 to 5 dogs over a trail from 5 to 8 miles in length. Although the lead dog gets the glory of receiving commands and directing the team, all the dogs must work together to control the run of the sled.
Team number 79 to the staging area. 2, 1, go driver. Team number 79 in the starting line, please. Team number 105 to the staging area. Team number 105 to the staging area. Driver, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go driver.
The Alpo International Championships proved that sled dogs are the long-distance runners of the animal world, and that they stand unchallenged by all other breeds in their relationship to man against the toughest of conditions. For those spectators, including myself, who took the time to bundle up and brave the winter elements, the reward of our efforts was to see a unique and beautiful dedicated harmony between man and dog.
Fishing starts long before the first cast. Fill your reel with DuPont Strength, the fishing line with the amazing balanced performance. To make the most of your performance, Strength. It's strong, easy handling, smooth casting. And only Strength lets you choose the line visibility you need. You want an edge, you've got it. Strength. Great fishing starts with Strength.
The ugly stick rod by Shakespeare. It fishes circles around every other rod.
I'm Captain Walt Thompson. Last year on my charter boat Witchcraft, I fished over 1,000 hours. The complete angler kept my tackle in top shape with quick service and good prices.
That's right. I'm Captain Jack Van Tassel. I used over 5 miles of fishing line on my boat hog hunter last season. The complete angler will put strand or trilene line on your reel for 1 cent a yard all season long.
We're a full-service tackle center, including fishing license, bait, certified scales, and reel repair. The Complete Angler, 85 State Street.
We're blasting high prices right here at McKay Swift Dodge AMC Jeep. Oh, look at this! During our mad sale, you can take home a 1984 Alliance, $6,288. That's the cash price! Or look at that. A 1984 Encore, one of the hottest selling cars in the country today, $5,988. So call McKay Swift Dodge right now, AMC Jeep, during our mad sale. 725-4574. You'll be glad you did. We'll see you here today.
Outdoor Highlights has been brought to you by premium quality DuPont Stren fishing line. Great fishing starts with Stren. And by Muscal Insect Repellent, the original Canadian formula. Muscal, no bugs, no bites. And by Grumman Boats, makers of the Ultra Fisherman line of fishing and family fun boats. And by Shakespeare. America goes fishing with Shakespeare.
Good morning, Connector Electric. Yes, ma'am, we certainly do install phone extensions. How does Wednesday morning at 9:30 sound? No, sir. That's not a problem. We make service calls after 5 p.m. Someone will be there shortly.
Thanks, Judy. I'm on my way. Connecto Electric, 422 East 13th Street. Emergency service with non-emergency cost.
Drudgery was a way of life for our ancestors. It made Grandpa cranky. But today, even lawn work is easier because Snapper has the key to quick starts. Electric ignition, the sign of today's most advanced machine. It even has an alternator, like your car, and a powerful high vacuum system. Snapper Electric Starter makes mowing a snap.
Ask about the retail credit plan in Erie. See Wendell's Sharpening Service.
I see you like McCreary Roofing.
Yes, I do.
Is it because they're the oldest roofing company in the area?
No.
Is it because they have the largest inventory?
No.
Because they offer a free yearly maintenance check on roofs?
That isn't the reason either.
With all the roofing companies, what's your reason for selecting McCreary Roofing?
Because of their honesty, which is more important to me than any of the other reasons.
McCreary Roofing, 1909 Chestnut. Call 452-2640. Roofing since 1890.
Radio 1450 WEYZ has your chance to win cash with our WEYZ Mini Bingo. We'll play Mini Bingo 5 times daily for cash. Be listening for details on Radio 1450 AM WEYZ. And keep your radio on WEYZ for the music of your life, 24 hours a day. Now louder, stronger, and clearer. Radio 1450 WEYZ.
Same Saturday evenings at 6 on TV 35.
After 3 years of disappointment,